The research station floated quietly above the blue-green planet below. Stars twinkled in the distance, and the hum of machinery was the only sound that broke the vast silence of space. Among the humans working here, one scientist stood apart, not because of his rank or intelligence, but because of curiosity. Dr. Aaron Hayes had spent most of his life studying alien artifacts recovered from distant worlds, trying to understand technology that defied human logic. He was methodical, careful, and often impatient with the slow pace of bureaucratic procedures. But today the station felt different. There was excitement in the air, a sense that something extraordinary was about to arrive. A small shuttle docked at the station's bay, carrying a package labeled with unfamiliar symbols that glowed faintly under the station's lights. Aaron approached it cautiously, his fingers brushing over the smooth surface. The moment he touched it, the package hissed and shifted, unfolding like a living creature. From it stepped a young alien humanoid, elegant and graceful, her features delicate but unlike anything Aaron had ever seen. Her skin shimmered faintly with subtle patterns that seemed to shift when she moved. Her eyes were large and luminous, holding a curiosity that mirrored Aaron's own. She introduced herself as Lyria, speaking in fluent English thanks to a translation device embedded in her collar. "I am here to assist," she said, bowing lightly, her voice melodic and gentle, "and perhaps to teach in ways humans do not expect." Aaron blinked, unsure how to respond. Alien maids were not new. Many civilizations sent assistance as gestures of goodwill. But there was something different about Lyria. She was not merely programmed to obey. Her gaze seemed to study him, not just his actions but the way he thought, the choices he made. He felt a slight shiver of anticipation. Over the next few days, Lyria learned quickly. She adapted to the station's systems, repaired malfunctioning devices, and even predicted problems before they arose. Aaron found himself astonished by her efficiency, but even more by the subtle ways she interacted with him. She often moved in ways that were playful, leaving cryptic notes or arranging the station's equipment in patterns that seemed random but hinted at puzzles. One evening, as the twin suns of a nearby star system set beyond the horizon, Lyria approached Aaron with a curious smile. She carried a small holographic device in her hands, projecting a series of glowing symbols into the air. "This is a challenge," she said, "a test of intuition. Humans are unpredictable. Aliens rarely see your kind think outside the rules. Perhaps you will enjoy this." Aaron studied the hologram. It was a puzzle, a combination of lights, shapes, and symbols he did not recognize. Every attempt to solve it using conventional logic failed. The symbols seemed to shift if he focused too hard, almost as if the puzzle was alive. Lyria's eyes gleamed as she watched him frown, tilt his head, and experiment with different sequences. "Sometimes," she said softly, "you must do what is unexpected. Peek at the solution if you wish." Aaron hesitated. Peeking seemed like cheating, but something in her tone suggested it was more than that. It was a test of judgment, of curiosity, and of creativity. He finally leaned forward, glancing at the holographic projection, and found a subtle pattern in the shifting lights. His mind clicked into place and he completed the sequence. The hologram erupted in a cascade of colors, forming a three-dimensional map of a distant star system with a planet circled in bright blue. Lyria's smile widened. "Very well. You see more than most humans do. This is a map to something older than even your oldest star charts, a place your species might not yet be ready to explore." Aaron's heart raced. The opportunity to uncover ancient alien knowledge was beyond anything he had dreamed. And yet there was a strange feeling in the pit of his stomach, a mix of excitement and unease. The map was incomplete, intentionally vague, and seemed to pulse with energy that Aaron could feel even from a distance. Over the following days, Aaron prepared for the journey. Lyria assisted him at every step, teaching him alien protocols, translating symbols, and demonstrating how to operate devices that defied human understanding. She often watched him with curiosity, as if studying not just his actions but his thought process. Aaron realized that she was not simply a guide. She was a teacher, helping him unlock the unique abilities of the human mind. One afternoon, while calibrating a propulsion system for the shuttle, Lyria approached him again. She placed a hand gently on the console, causing the holographic map to shift slightly. "There is a difference," she said, "between following instructions and understanding meaning. Aliens often follow instructions. Humans, you think beyond them. You see patterns where others see chaos." Aaron smiled, feeling a sense of pride. This was why he had spent his life studying alien technology, not to mimic it, but to discover how human intuition could surpass it. Lyria's presence reminded him that humanity had something no alien species could replicate: imagination, adaptability, and curiosity that refused to be constrained. The night before their departure, Aaron could not sleep. He walked through the observation deck, staring at the stars stretching endlessly in every direction. Lyria appeared beside him, silent but not intrusive, her eyes reflecting the cosmos. "You are ready," she said quietly, "not because of knowledge, but because of your mind. Curiosity is your greatest strength, human." Aaron nodded. He realized she was right. Every alien he had encountered had relied on rigid logic, superior technology, or sheer numbers. Humans, however, could see possibilities, take risks, and adapt in ways that aliens could not predict. And tonight, he would take the first step into uncharted territory, guided by that very advantage. When the shuttle launched, Lyria operated the controls with flawless precision, while Aaron studied the map. The journey through the nebula was tense, filled with energy distortions and gravitational anomalies, yet every challenge that arose was met with a combination of alien technology and human intuition. Aaron discovered ways to reroute power, stabilize systems, and even predict hazards before they occurred, skills no alien guide could have taught him. As they neared the coordinates from the holographic map, a massive structure emerged from the swirling clouds of gas, a facility unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Towering spires of metal and crystal glimmered in the faint starlight, and faint pulses of energy hinted at technology far beyond human comprehension. Aaron's pulse quickened, a mixture of awe and excitement flooding him. "This place," Lyria whispered, "was designed to challenge any species. Only those capable of lateral thinking can unlock its secrets. You, human, may be the first." Aaron looked at her, his mind racing. He knew this was only the beginning. The puzzles, the technology, and the knowledge waiting inside would test him in ways he could not yet imagine. But he also knew one thing with certainty. Humans had something the aliens did not, something that might make the difference between failure and discovery. Curiosity, creativity, and courage. As the shuttle descended toward the facility, the atmosphere shimmered with strange energy. Aaron tightened his grip on the controls, feeling a thrill he had never experienced before. Lyria watched him, her eyes glowing faintly with approval. "You are ready to see," she said. "But remember, human, some answers are only revealed to those who dare to peek." "Are you ready to dare?" Aaron took a deep breath. He was ready. The door to the facility opened before them, revealing a world of mystery and challenge that would test every skill he possessed. And as they stepped inside, the hum of ancient machinery greeted them, a reminder that the universe held wonders and dangers beyond human imagination. He glanced at Lyria. She was smiling, a mix of amusement and encouragement in her gaze. He realized then that this partnership was more than guidance. It was a bridge between species, a collaboration that could change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. And as the first puzzle of the ancient facility flickered to life before him, Aaron knew one truth more than any other. Humans were meant to explore, to question, and to uncover the unknown. Guided by Lyria and armed with the power of human ingenuity, he was ready for whatever lay ahead. Aaron stepped cautiously into the alien facility, feeling the hum of unseen machinery vibrating through the floor beneath his boots. The walls glowed with faint lines of energy that shifted like liquid, and towering structures of unknown metal and crystal stretched toward the ceiling. Lyria floated slightly ahead of him, her movements graceful and precise. She occasionally pointed to symbols etched into the walls, whispering explanations of their meaning in a soft, melodic voice. Aaron listened carefully, knowing that each piece of information could be the key to unlocking the facility's secrets. The first chamber was enormous, with dozens of floating platforms connected by beams of light. At the center hovered a sphere that pulsed with energy, seemingly alive. Aaron approached it, studying the strange patterns on its surface. He reached out and touched the sphere, expecting it to reject his touch or scan him like an alien security system. Instead, it responded to his intuition. The patterns shifted under his fingers, forming new shapes and symbols that seemed to mirror his thoughts. "Humans are different," Lyria said quietly. "Your species does not simply follow instructions. You see possibilities, and the sphere recognizes that. It adapts to thought, not just action. Aaron smiled. It was true. Aliens often relied on logic and precision, but humans had imagination. Even without understanding the full technology, he could sense patterns, anticipate changes, and make decisions in ways the facility itself seemed to acknowledge. Each puzzle and system here was designed to challenge intellect, but Aaron discovered that lateral thinking was often more powerful than brute intelligence. The next room presented a different challenge. Holographic barriers formed shifting mazes that rearranged themselves as Aaron walked. Lyria guided him, but she did not give answers. Instead, she offered subtle hints, nudging him to consider solutions he might not have imagined. Aaron observed the maze carefully, noticing small imperfections in the holograms, slight patterns in the energy pulses, and moments when the barriers paused. He realized that the maze was not simply a test of speed, it was a test of observation, patience, and creativity. After several attempts, he found a path that none of the automated alien observers could have predicted. The maze shifted one last time and opened into a wide chamber, filled with floating data crystals. Each crystal contained information from a civilization long forgotten, knowledge that humans had never seen before. Aaron's heart raced as he realized the scope of what he had discovered. Lyria hovered beside him, her expression one of genuine admiration. Only a mind willing to explore, to think differently, could access this, she said. You have done what few could, human. The facility recognizes your kind. Aaron began to examine the crystals, learning about advanced propulsion methods, energy sources, and communication devices far beyond human technology. Yet even as he studied, he noticed something else. An underlying simplicity in the alien design that suggested humans could adapt and improve upon it. The aliens had created powerful systems, but their rigid adherence to rules limited their potential. Humans, however, could take these tools and use them in ways the aliens never intended. The following chamber was darker, almost ominous, filled with large mechanical constructs that shifted and moved as they detected motion. Aaron could feel the challenge here was different. It was not a puzzle to solve, but a test of adaptability and courage. The constructs seemed designed to intimidate and block entry, yet Aaron noticed subtle patterns in their movement. He began to predict their actions, dodging, weaving, and guiding the constructs away from critical paths. Lyria watched silently, impressed by how quickly he adjusted to unpredictable conditions. When they reached the final chamber, Aaron could hardly contain his excitement. At its center was a massive console, covered in alien symbols and energy conduits. The device pulsed with power as if waiting for him to act. Aaron stepped forward, recalling all the lessons Lyria had taught him. Observation, creativity, and intuition. He touched the console, feeling the energy respond to his thoughts. Symbols rearranged themselves into patterns he could understand, sequences he could manipulate. Minutes turned into hours as he worked, solving complex arrangements, rerouting energy flows, and bypassing security protocols designed to prevent unauthorized access. Lyria provided guidance when necessary, but she never interfered, letting his human ingenuity lead the way. Finally, the console activated fully, sending a pulse of energy that illuminated the entire chamber. A holographic display appeared, showing the facility's complete functions, hidden knowledge, and access points across the galaxy. Aaron stared at the display, realizing the enormity of what he had unlocked. This facility was not merely a repository of alien technology. It was a test of species, a challenge to see if a being could think beyond rules and expectations. Humans had passed. Lyria floated beside him, her eyes bright with pride. This knowledge is yours to share, human. Your species can use it not just for survival, but for growth, exploration, and understanding. The galaxy has underestimated humans for too long. Aaron nodded, feeling a profound sense of responsibility. He understood that what he had discovered could change the balance of power in interstellar relations. But more importantly, he realized the true lesson: human creativity, curiosity, and adaptability were strengths no alien species could replicate. As they prepared to leave the facility, Aaron looked back at the chamber one last time. It was a place of challenge, discovery, and wonder, and he knew that humans would continue to grow, not just through technology, but through the unique power of their minds. Lyria floated beside him, ready to assist in the next stage of exploration. and he felt a sense of partnership that transcended species. The journey back to the shuttle was quiet, but filled with anticipation. Aaron examined the data crystals and holographic records, imagining how humanity could use this knowledge to explore distant stars, communicate across vast distances, and build technology that balanced power with ingenuity. Lyria glanced at him, sensing his thoughts. "You understand," she said softly, "that humans are not limited by rules alone. You are defined by curiosity, creativity, and courage. That is why the facility responded to you." Aaron smiled, feeling both pride and humility. It was true. Humans had strengths no alien could fully anticipate. Their minds were unpredictable, flexible, and capable of innovation that could alter the course of entire civilizations. And now, with the guidance of an alien ally like Lyria, they had the chance to unlock even greater potential. As the shuttle lifted off, leaving the facility behind, Aaron gazed at the stars stretching endlessly ahead. He imagined a future where humans would venture further than any alien species. Not because of superior strength or technology, but because of their minds. Lyria floated silently beside him, a reminder that even in a universe filled with advanced beings, humanity had something unique to offer. The journey ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges, discoveries, and perhaps danger. But Aaron knew one thing. With curiosity, creativity, and courage, humans could face anything. And as the shuttle jumped into faster-than-light travel, he felt a thrill unlike any other, the promise of adventure, the joy of discovery, and the certainty that humans would continue to surprise the galaxy. When they returned to the research station, Aaron shared the knowledge they had gained, carefully documenting each discovery and preparing humanity for the next step in interstellar exploration. Lyria continued to assist him, but now with a sense of respect and admiration that went beyond her programming. She often watched him quietly, noting the way humans could improvise, adapt, and innovate in ways no alien system could predict. Days turned into weeks, and Aaron realized that the partnership with Lyria was more than a collaboration. It was a bridge between species, a testament to the potential of human ingenuity. Every puzzle they solved, every challenge they overcame, reinforced the idea that humans had a unique place in the galaxy. One evening, as the sun set beyond the horizon of the planet below, Aaron stood on the observation deck with Lyria. She looked out at the stars, her expression thoughtful. "Do you think humans are ready for more?" she asked softly. Aaron nodded. "We have to be. There's too much to learn, too much to explore. And I believe we have something no one else does. Curiosity, creativity, and the courage to follow it." Lyria smiled, a faint shimmer of pride in her eyes. "Then the galaxy is ready for you, human, and perhaps through your kind, it will see possibilities it never imagined." As night fell over the station, Aaron felt a deep sense of purpose. The universe was vast, filled with mysteries, challenges, and wonders beyond imagining, and humans, with their unpredictable minds and relentless curiosity, had only begun to unlock what was possible. Lyria floated silently beside him, a reminder that even in a universe of advanced beings, humanity's greatest strength was its own ingenuity. And with that thought, Aaron looked to the stars, ready for the adventures yet to come.